and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel throughout social media. We'll get you out of here before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time to rely free sports picks for the games begin at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. So let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. With us is got Kirk with us, Stuart, Jovan with us, Joey Tron, David Racey, Rod Zawacky, and Brian Bitler. Here's how they'll line up for this evening. Bitler, Racey, Burts, Stuart, Tron, and Zawacky. Then I will close this one out. 12 games remaining here on the board for Major League Baseball. We have the Summer League Championship game. I'll have coverage on that for you here on the show as well. But let's get this one underway. Let's go ahead and welcome in our man, our Brian Bitler will start us off, right? Brian Bitler, catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll get some baseball coverage here from Brian as we get ready to roll here another week here on the drive-thru. Brian, what's happening?
I'll tell you what, great to be with you. It's been a few Mondays since I've been on, but glad to get back into the swing of things as we're getting closer and closer to football season. Definitely a nice baseball card today. I need to start getting hot. It's been my worst month so far of the year, but, you know, if I'm going to have a bad month, July is a good month to do it in. I'm ready to turn the page on July for sure.
Yeah, that's right. Let's turn the page. Let's get it roll underway here. We get started here with the Red Sox and Rockies head-to-head here. We see the Red Sox $1.63, total of 10.
Yeah, for my drive-through play, I'm looking at the Boston Red Sox visiting those Colorado Rockies. Boston Red Sox off a quite disappointing series against the LA Dodgers as they got swept out of there. Colorado, though, off a series with the San Francisco Giants where they took 2 out of 3 and they really were quite profitable. This is the kind of performance that I'm expecting from the Colorado Rockies at home to close out the season. I know I've been saying that over and over again here on the drive-through, but I just think Colorado is going to be a big moneymaker at Coors in the second half of the season. Boston, I think, massively overpriced here at minus 160, even with Tanner Houck on the mound. He's been great for the Red Sox, but Austin Gomber hasn't been bad considering he pitches half of his starts in Colorado. Rockies have been starting to heat up. I think their bats can hang here at the Boston Red Sox, who do have a solid road record this season. But I think that road record, I think the Red Sox in general are going to regress in the second half of the season, as the Boston Red Sox almost always do. I'm going to take the Rockies here on the money line.
All right, Brian here on the underdog Rockies here. The big plus price, as you can see here, plus 146, plus 149. Do your line shopping, get the best numbers. Yeah, hard to argue that. You know, you expect to see bullpens in Colorado. Boy, the Red Sox bullpens really got crushed over the weekend. Yeah,
and if you took a notice in that game just yesterday, the Colorado Rockies, their bullpen wasn't bad at all as they really kept pace in that game. They ended up losing that game by a run. But really, it was a low-scoring series the Rockies were coming off of with the Giants. And the Boston Red Sox bullpen starting to show a little bit of chinks in the armor. So if they can get Houck out of there after 5 or 6 innings, then they got a good chance to steal it late.
Yeah, Houck's been dealing with some control issues. Just look at his walks in his last 2 starts. And, of course, that's what you got to worry about in Colorado. You can't put runners on base that way.
Nope. You can't give extra opportunities with that thin air for sure. Walks are a killer. Just look at Rangers, Suarez for the Phillies. Not that he's been walking a ton of guys, but you can start to see you get guys on base here. They start turning into runs. Can't afford to do that, Colorado.
Absolutely. Here we go with Brian here. Rockies here at the big plus price. Do your line shopping, get the best number tonight, 8:40 Eastern Time. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dog here for tonight's action. A lot of baseball on the board. Still 12 games remaining here on the board. Brian having a really great year here, as you can see here, 1,395 units of profit. All document over at Pick Dogs Premium. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, bad month, but I'm due for a tremendous bounce back to heat up, and I got my titanium best bet winner today. You can get it at pickdogs.com, just $25 gets you that winner. 376, 316, and 2. Last 694 on those titanium plays. Also Christmas in July. We're running out of time to take advantage of it. $1,000 gets you my year pass. Normally $1,400. Use code PICK at checkout. You're going to save an additional 15%. So $850 gets you that year pass. Maybe team me up with a 2-for-1 capper special. Definitely now's the time to jump in on a long-term pass at pickdogs.com.
That's right, guys. Got it with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dog Premium. We see the great year Brian's having, all sports combined. No better time now to get on board with that 1-year pass. Remember, you can apply that to promo code PICK at checkout to save that 15% off. All right, Brian, as always, great having your show. Have a great night. We'll catch up at the end of the week, but we can always catch more of your content here on Pick Dogs as you look for those contrarian angle plays.
Every day, sharp betting, contrarian predictions at the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. Also on Sundays, I try to join the guys and argue about the games. I was on this last Sunday, so definitely check out the Pick Dogs YouTube channel for more content.
That's right, guys. Check them out. Like, subscribe, set notification so you can grab Brian's contrarian video, sharp play, when you get a chance. All right, Brian, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again Friday.
Thanks for having me, Tony. Catch you on Friday for square dancing.
Absolutely. Brian Bitler here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue here on the show. Guys, now it's time for our chat pick of the day. We're going to ask you for your pick here. It's Reds at Braves. You like the Reds at the plus price. It's A, B for the Braves. C over, D under. It is chat pick of the day. Keep these picks coming in. We'll track them throughout the show. All right, let's continue here on the Drive Thru. Up next, David Racey. I'll bring him in right now. You can catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Let's get David here in just a second. David, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. How was your weekend?
Weekend was great, and we're looking forward here to this one. Two rivalries meet here as Brewers are at the Cubs. Brewers $1.23, total of 8.
Yeah, this is an interesting little battle here in the NL Central. Milwaukee comes in leading the Central. Still, they've been leading the division for almost all the season. They're up 5 games on the Cardinals, 7 games on the Pirates, and 10 games on the Chicago Cubs. But the Cubs are 26-23 at home. They've been up and down this year. You know, it's tough to get a read on Chicago. They really started off the season playing very well, but they've really faded over the last 2 or 3 months. They're only 2-4 in their last 6 games. They've lost 2 out of 3 in their last 2 series. I like Milwaukee here on the road. The Brewers are 28-25 away from home this year, which is pretty solid. You know, it's nothing compared to their home record, but they're a solid road team, and they're starting Tobias Myers, who has really done a very good job for them this season, especially over the last 2 months. He's allowed 1 earned run or fewer in 5 of his last 7 outings. He's done just an outstanding job for that Brewers pitching staff. When you look at the Cubs, they're going with Javier Assad. You know, he started the season really strong for Chicago, but he's dealt with an injury. He came back. He really hasn't been himself, just allowing a lot of contact. And he has allowed, let's see where to go here. He last time out, he allowed 3 earned runs in just 2.1 innings of work against the Cardinals. Prior to that, 4 earned runs against the Mets. That was before the injury. So he's just not very reliable right now. He's going up against a Milwaukee offense that is raking over the last 3 games. They've scored 8 runs in each of those 3. They've won 3 in a row. You know, like I said, it's a division battle, so it's tough to get a great read on it. But the Brewers have been far and away the best team in this division. Myers has been solid, and I think they're the play here.
All right, there we go here with David Racey here on this one tonight between the Cubs and the Brewers. He likes the Brewers here at the price. Yeah, you know, looking at the run production you saw here from against Minnesota was impressive, and that's what they've been doing here on the road. And Milwaukee's been a pretty good road team to hit the ball well. They have a plus 41 run differential on the road this year, which tells you they can really get on base and get guys in. And of course, their bullpen has done well here on the road this year for Milwaukee.
Yeah, and really, you look at the season stats for the Brewers, whether it's the team ERA, whether it's in their 11th in team ERA, runs scored, they're, I believe, top 10. They're just a really solid baseball team. And I'm interested to see when they get to the postseason if the offense can keep it going or if they'll run out of juice like they have in past years. But the offense does look strong. Like I said, 8 runs in their last 3 games. They're on a 3-game winning streak. You know, they have struggled a little bit if you look at the last 2 weeks. They're 5-7 in their last 12 games. But like I said, 3 wins in a row, 2 in a row against a really tough Twins team. And the Cubs have just not been reliable. You know, like I said, the Cubs started the first month, maybe first 6 weeks, really strong. They were getting a lot of production from a lot of guys that just couldn't keep it up. And they've struggled, down the stretch. And while they are over 500 at home, if you look over the last 6 weeks, their home record is just not very good. So I think the Brew Crew can head into Wrigley and get a win here today.
All right, David, here on the Brewers, $1.22 against the Cubs tonight here at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, David, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for tonight's action. Of course, as you know, baseball on the board is we've got actually in action 12 games on the board right now for Major League Baseball. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I have 5 baseball plays tonight. It's only, I think, a 12-game card here tonight after that Yankees game this afternoon. But I have 5 plays that I love. I do love this card tonight. Broken up a couple different ways. I have a 5-pack, I have a 3-pack, and a couple individual out there. But 5 total plays. It was a small winning weekend, Saturday, Sunday. But look to get back to it tonight. And just like Brian said, Christmas in July for my yearly pass. So take a look there and remember to use code PICK at checkout for an additional 15% off.
That's right, guys. Got to vote David Racey over at Pick.com. Christmas in July. Get on board. All right, David, as always, great having your show. Have a great night. We'll catch up with you next week. But, of course, we can always catch your content in written form over on the sites.
Yep, I'm one of the free pick writers over at the sites. So you just head on over to Pick Dogs or Sports Chat Place. You click on, at the top, there's a free picks tab. You click on whatever sports you're looking for. So this time of year, really, MLB, WNBA, or the summer league, and you can get a great write-up, great stats, great trends, and a free pick. So head on over to the sites, check it out.
That's right. Check out the sites. David Racey in written form at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. All right, David, have a great night. We'll catch up with you next week.
Have a good one, Tony. You have a good one.
All right, David Racey here on the drive. Let's continue here on the show, guys. You know the chat pick of the day today is Reds and Braves. A for the Reds, B for the Braves, C going over, D going under. It's our chat pick of the day. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Up next, Jovan Burts. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Jovan contributes as well here on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel on the weekend shows, as well as with his parlays on those shorts. So be sure to keep an eye on those. We'll bring Jovan in right now. Jovan, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? How are you?
Things going great. All right, here we go. Wraparound series, Mets and Marlins. We see the Mets here favored $1.43 with a total 8.5.
Yeah, and I'm on the Marlins, to win the series, basically. So, they've already taken 2 out of the first 3 games, against the Mets, and they play the Mets real tough. No matter how good or bad they are, that's just what they do. And the Mets, while the Mets have a better pitcher, option in David Peterson, the Marlins, they have been able to hit lefties well as of late. 250 in the last 10 to bat against southpaws. Over the last 5 games, they've upped that to a 271 batting average. And, it's just a situation where David Peterson's been pitching a little bit too well for my liking. I think we see some regression in the second half of the year. So on the other side, you have Yanni Chirinos, and last game he got blown up, but prior to that, he was consistently only giving up 3 runs, 2 runs, somewhere in that ballpark, and he was going 5 or 6 innings. So if he rights the ship and gives up 2 or 3 runs, they'll be in the late innings. And as far as bullpens go, advantage Marlins. So I see a close game in the late innings. If they have the lead, I think they lock it down. If they don't have the lead, I think they come back against the Mets, back end reliever core who has given up some save opportunities. So, with the plus money in play, I'm on the Marlins in this one.
All right, Jovan says go Marlins in this one. Mets struggling at the plate here off the break. And, of course, Peterson, someone who doesn't miss a lot of bats, right? You see the ERA there, 3.09. You see the advanced numbers show it should be 4.53. It really comes down to the fact that Peterson gives up a lot of contact.
Yeah, absolutely. And, the way the Marlins are swinging the bat, they're competitive. That's all you could ask for with a bad team. Just don't, put the ball in play and good things will happen. And I think that could happen against Peterson.
All right, Jovan here on the Marlins with that plus price, plus 131 tonight, 6:40 Eastern time. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, on the board tonight, we've got action here from Major League Baseball. 12 games remaining here on the card. What do you have going over at Pick.com Premium?
Yeah, got a 3-pack going on the board. It'll pop off around 6:40, I believe one of those games are. But I also have a couple one-off plays. So if you need if the 3-pack goes off the board, which is what I have for my primary sale, there's a couple of later games that that are one-offs that you could check out. It's Christmas in July. We all know that. So for me, mine just discounted at 33% off the average price, off the regular price. You don't want to jump on board. It's gonna be a hell of a football season on this side. I see some weakness in the game, and I told you, Tony, 2 years ago
Yeah.
that I was gonna go on a magic carpet ride, and what happened? We went on a hell of a run. So I'm calling it again. You know, once I have certain teams locked in to do damage, I'm gonna ride those teams. And here's the thing about college football in particular and football in general. The odds makers can't get all these lines right. They just can't. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna see some soft lines, even with the line movement throughout the week and all of that. It's just one of those things to where that college basketball, sports like that, the odds makers can't get everything, can't get every right, and can't get every spread right. It's up to you to take advantage of the weaknesses, and I've been able to take advantage, of the weaknesses. So, check me out on that. Like I said, Christmas in July, you're gonna get bang for your buck. You're gonna get a return on your investment dealing with me. So Mastering one of the other handicaps for the 2-for-1 cap promotion. You can't go wrong here. Sports Chat Place of Pick Dogs. Let's get it.
That's right, guys. Get more with Jovan Burts over at Pick Dog. Football's coming, guys. No better time to get on board with that Christmas in July. 1-year all sports pass. Significant discounts on the 1-year passes, and you could apply that discount with the promo code PICK at checkout, up to $150 more off the 1-year passes on top of the discount. So this is the time to get it on board. Christmas in July. All right, Jovan, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you again next week. But, of course, we can always catch your video content on the Pick Dog channel here with your parlay shorts.
Yeah, absolutely. And, got another one going up tonight. Check that out. The one that I put out on Friday was a partial hit because the Atlanta game didn't play. So it was just the Yankees that hit. So if you want to count that as a win, I'll count it as a win. It's just like a single bet. You know what I mean? So I haven't put out anything since then. So this will be, night number 2 since the All-Star break, with that. So hopefully this one hits as well.
All right, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications so you get those plays right away when they drop. All right, Jovan, have a great night. We'll catch up with you later in the week.
Absolutely. Have a great night. Win. And see you on Friday.
See you on Friday. Jovan Burts here on the drive-through. All right, guys, let's continue on the show, guys. Let's keep an eye on that chat pick of the day. Reds and Braves tonight. So if you like the Reds, it's A, B for the Braves, C for the over, D for the under. Chat pick of the day. Keep these picks coming in. We'll track them really close here. 2 for so far on the Braves side. We do have a single one here on the over. And we'll wait for more from you guys here in that game. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Let's see who we have up next. So we're going to NBA Summer League with our man Kirk Stuart. You can catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Kirk in right now, ready to roll as we put a close to the Summer League here with the championship game. Let's bring him in. Kirk, what's happening?
Not much. It's been a really, really rough start for me in the past week. So Summer League's been the only thing that's been good to me. So looking to keep that going.
Yeah, let's keep the Summer League going. Of course, it's going to end. It's going to end tonight, but we get right into the Olympics later in the week. But anyway, Grizzlies and Heat head-to-head here in the championship game for the Summer League. We're going to see here the Grizzlies will be the favorite, 2.5, total 187.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Grizzlies in this one. I had them in the last game on the drive-through last Monday, and I'm going right back to them to win this Summer League. They were the favorites a week ago, and they're still the favorites today. I think this is too short of a spread at 2.5. I mean, the Heat, I don't think they would have won that first game against the Celtics and been in this position because they had Jaime Jaquez, who dropped 31 in that game. Jaquez played the first 2 games in the Summer League. I know the Grizzlies had Edie for some time. They had Jake LaRavia, who probably isn't playing in this game, Cam Spencer, but they still have guys like G.G. Jackson, who probably will win Summer League MVP. They also have Scottie Pippen Jr., who put up a 20-point triple-double in the Summer League in the semifinals. It was the first time in about 20 years there's been a 20-point triple-double in the Summer League, if I remember correctly. So they got Trey Jamison. They got guys that have played in the league, and I think they just win this game by more than 2.5. They're the better team here. Khalil Ware has looked really well for the Heat, Josh Christopher and Cole Swider, but those are not as big names as we've seen for who's on this Grizzlies roster still for the finals. So you got to go with the Grizzlies minus 2.5 in this one.
All right, Kirk's going with the Grizzlies laying the 2.5. These are names that we heard about during the season, G.G. Jackson and so forth there, as they were forced into action as Memphis was the most injured team in NBA history last year.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I think this is actually going to be a really big bounce back year for Memphis. I'm kind of buying the ET hype lately, just as I've looked at their roster more and more during the summer. He really fits that perfectly. If it wasn't Klingon, they were going to go with ET all along. So, I mean, if they're healthy, I don't know what their ceiling is, to be honest, if they're healthy, but I think they could definitely get to the Western Conference Finals maybe next year.
There we go. Kirk looking at the Grizzlies here. Yeah, this is a team loaded with talent. Of course, the injury situation there, coaching is pretty good there in Memphis. They just got to get the guys healthy there, and they'll see how everybody flows. Of course, the biggest question mark coming is how will ET mesh with this fast-paced Memphis Grizzlies team? We saw some foot soreness. I mean, we kind of covered that last week, and and how do you see ET in this rotation for Memphis as we finish the summer?
Yeah, I think it's hard to tell because we haven't really seen him play with Ja or Desmond Bain, guys that really do push the pace. I think defensively he'll be completely fine, but on the offensive end, can he get down there enough? But will they even need him with how – if John Morant's getting ahead of everyone, you don't need ET down there. So in the half court, I think him and ET will be pretty good in the pick and roll, but I don't see it being as big of a problem as I first thought.
Yeah, and of course, a lot of folks are quite concerned about that because, Purdue didn't play at the most fastest pace. They pretty much worked clock and kind of worked the ball on the ET inside, right? It's a little different here in the NBA where you've got to get that shot up, and right now they want you to, if you have an open look, to get that shot up right away. So there's a lot of quick shots, and of course with these folks, the way how fast these guards push the ball up, maybe they may tell ET, just hang out here and just cover the fast breaks on the other end because we're just going to be fully offensive minded.
Yeah, it might have to be.
Might be. All right. We're closing thoughts here on the Summer League that closed. Some of the names, some of the players that caught your attention, maybe guys that were under the radar that did, or some disappointments.
Yeah, so definitely Khalil Ware for Miami. I think he's going to make an immediate impact for them on the team. I could see him starting along Bam or coming off the bench and getting a healthy 20 minutes a game. I think they really like this guy. G.G. Jackson will probably win MVP of the Summer League. So he's a guy that continues his breakout from the end of last season into the Summer League and showing people what they got. I think a guy that's really going to make a leap in this season is Brandon Miller. I know we saw him very shortly, but the end of last season he came on really, really strong and was averaging, I think, over 20 points in the last 30 games or something, finishing around 18 points per game. So he went 5 for 9 from three-point range in the first game, I think, in the Summer League. So he's shown that he's improving his shot. He's showing he's more confident. And him and LaMelo Ball are going to be the leaders of that Charlotte team with a new head coach. I heard the head coach talk about how much he likes Brandon Miller, how much he really thinks he can grow the team. So I'm expecting a really, really good year from Brandon Miller as well.
There you go, Kirk on the Grizzlies. Lay the 2.5 against the Heat. This is the NBA Summer League championship game. No, there's no consolation. We're not going to find out if it's a third or fourth place game, 5 or 6. No, they don't do that here. I guess they said it was yesterday, but I didn't buy that. There were still semifinals going on. But anyway, we could have got it. We got all the guys in. We could get another game in today, guys. Come on. Grizzlies here laying the 2.5 tonight. This is on ESPN because it's a lot of the games are on the ESPN, by the way. The NBA got pretty good features. Then if the ones that weren't on ESPN were on NBA TV. So there was really good coverage of this league here tonight to close out at 8 Eastern time. I don't know prize money involved. I didn't look it up myself. Do you know by any chance what these guys make if they win this game?
I actually don't. I really should know, but I've just honestly been too invested in the games.
Yeah.
I didn't even really think to look it up.
And because it's guys trying to make contracts, I don't even put the money being as a motivator, right? That to me,
Yeah,
let's see here.
No, yeah, definitely. I think that. Yeah, you really gotta play for your contract for the rest of this season. I don't think these guys are really too worried about it's a nice pocket of money if you definitely win the Summer League, but these guys are not going for 5. They're not playing for 5 games in the Summer League and then taking the whole year off. They're trying to land that contract as we've spoken about.
Yeah, that's basically about the contract. They just make a few $1,000 They don't make it. The most important thing you just said is they're looking for jobs in the NBA. They get it. Let's see here. Yeah, they get their per diem is $1,500 for the 12 days. So if they can keep the food under $120, it'll pay for itself. About $6,500 to each player for playing in the summer league, and that's what they make, which is I guess for that period of time isn't bad. But we said before, the most important is getting the exposure and getting a contract not for the NBA, for overseas that we talked about last week. All right, Kirk, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for the action for tonight. Action on the board. A lot of baseball on the board. 12 games remaining. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I can't hit a single bet since the All-Star break. I was 16-9 in my last 25 before the All-Star break, so I've actually been 0-7 since the All-Star break. I only got one play on the board till I start turning this thing around today, so you can find my best MLB play of the day up there for $20. It's one of the later games, so you still have some time to hop on board that. And as everyone said, it's Christmas in July. I have my yearly package for the lowest price it'll be all year, and then you can still use code PICK at checkout for 15% more off. I haven't been with Pick Dogs yet for football season, for college or NFL or NBA or NCAA as well. So there's a lot of sports I haven't been able to cover yet. So yeah, hop on something long term and let's have a really big winter and early 2025.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Kirk Stuart over at Pick Dodge Premium. Christmas in July, 1-year passes are greatly discounted, and the promo code applies. Pick at checkout saves you a boatload of money. All right, Kirk, have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you again Wednesday. And also, you also quick content on the site. You and Gordon put together some soccer videos as well as your totals from baseball.
Yeah, so Goran and I are actually talking about how we used to do every video. We used to do all the leagues at one time. So every Bundesliga would have its 10-game slate in one video, but we're actually going to switch it up this year, and we're going to have a video for every game across all 5 of the major leagues, just so there's a lot of big matchups. You don't have to scroll through the video to see when each game is when. So it'll be about 50, 60 videos a weekend for soccer when it comes back in about a month. And yeah, my MLB over-unders, they've actually still not been doing too bad, so you can check that out. So a lot of content going. Maybe I'll get in touch with some of the guys and try to put out some Olympic basketball content or something like that. So always looking to get more exposure on the website and bring my twist to it.
That's right. Of course, Olympic soccer up there coming. It started Thursday before opening day. It always starts. There's so many teams. They got to get this thing started earlier. All right, Kirk. Have a great night. We'll catch up with you Wednesday.
Sounds good. Thank you. Have a good one.
Yeah, Friday. Kirk Stuart here on the drive.
Friday, yeah.
That's right. On the drive through. Let's continue here on the guys. Keep an eye on that chat. Pick a day tonight. Braves and Reds. If you like the Reds, it's letter A. B for the Braves. C over, D under. That is the chat pick a day. Right now we have 3 on the Braves side, single on the A's. A lot of totals coming in. 2 for the under, 1 for the over. So keep these picks coming in, and we'll track them throughout the show. Let's continue here on the drive-through. Joey Tron with some baseball coverage. Baseball from here on out. Catch Joey over at Pick Dodge Premium. We'll bring him in right now, ready to roll here with the rivalry game between the Dodgers and the Giants as they get to go tonight. A little news here that the lefty here for the Dodgers was designated for assignments. I think they're going to get ready to make a move for Kershaw. Let's bring Joey in right now. Paxton out of L.A. Joey, what's happening?
Hey, Tony, how you doing today?
Doing great. All right, here we go tonight. Dodgers and Giants head-to-head here. Dodgers $1.23 with a total of 8.5.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the Dodgers in this nice little NL West matchup. The Giants are sending Blake Snell to the hill, and I've just been trying to fade him all season long. He's 0-3 on the year with a 6.31 ERA, and his team honestly just isn't helping him. He has 5 straight no decisions, including back-to-back games where he threw 1 hit baseball, no earned runs, and he wound up getting a no decision because his bullpen couldn't help him out. He got rocked on the road in his only 2 road starts, allowing 11 earned runs on 10 hits. Dodgers are starting their rookie prospect, River Ryan. He's making his first big league start tonight. He is a top 200 MLB prospect, and he's honestly been doing pretty well in AAA so far. He holds a 2.08 ERA and a 1.15 WHIP his last 3 AA starts. And honestly, the Dodgers own the Giants here. They're 7-3 to last 10 and 3-0 to last 3 out in LA. Give me the Giants here. I'm sorry, give me the Dodgers here.
Dodgers. All right, here we go, Joey, on the Dodgers here, minus 122. We continue to see these lines on the Giants, which are just head-scratching. I mean, I don't know. This is a really bad road team. I think their pitching staffs get up almost 270 on the road, and their bullpen has just been hammered. Again, I just don't understand some of these lines from this Giants team on the road.
Yeah, and that's one of the big things and why I'm kind of fading them here. Their bullpen just, excuse my language, they just suck. They can't hold the lead. Blake Snell gives them a 0-0 game. Next inning comes, they allow 3 or 4 runs, and with these Dodgers bats and that thin Los Angeles air, if you give them an opportunity, they're just going to smack this out of the park.
Yeah, and of course, if you saw the games of the weekend, the Dodger bullpen for the most part, there was some offense for Boston, but for the year, their bullpen has held up. I mean, anything more consistent for this team because they've had their share of injury issues, but the bullpen's kind of held it up.
It's not even that in my opinion, it's not even that their bullpen's helping them hold up. It's that they're getting the run support. Their bullpen's allowing maybe 2 or 3 runs, but the Dodgers bats are just coming through for the team, and that's another big reason why I like them in the spot, especially at minus 123. Great price.
Yeah, and remember last year the Dodgers kind of stumbled into the break, and of course, what happened after the break?
Took off.
What are we seeing this year?
I think you're going to see the exact same thing, to be quite honest with you.
3 straight against Boston, right? 3 straight against Boston. There you go, Dodgers now.
That's how it starts. Get a little bit of steam and just blow away from there.
There you go. LA here, $1.22, $1.23 to your line shopping to get the best number. Tonight, 10 Eastern time. All right, Joey, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Action on the board tonight from baseball. As you know, we've got 12 games on the board. What do you have going over at Pick.com Premium?
Yeah, so I got 2 MLB plays up tonight. I'm not going to lie to you. I hate baseball. It's my least favorite sport. I cannot wait until football gets here again. But for right now, I got 2 MLB plays. I'm looking forward to WNBA coming back in a little less than a month because I got that little bit of a break. But outside of that, it's just going to be MLB for the next few days.
There you go, guys. Get on board here with Joey Tron over at Pick.com Premium. And you remember Christmas in July, we see the significant discounts to the 1 year all pass. And of course, you can apply that to the promo code PICK at checkout. Still applies. All right, Joey, as always, great having you show. Have a great night. We'll catch up with you later in the week. But of course, you also have a video series over at Pick Dogs with NASCAR.
Yeah, we had a great video this past weekend. I had Kyle Larson to win at Brickyard, and he came through for us at 7-1. I had Tyler Reddick top 5. Some places had him plus 190. Some places had him plus 230. So no matter where you took him, you came through. And best part of all, I was there live, 3 rows away from watching him win. So it was definitely a great race.
That's all right.
2-week vacation for racing. They have a little bit of a break because of the Olympics, so there will be no video for NASCAR for the next 2 weeks.
Hey, we got to get NASCAR in the Olympics.
Dude, I wish. Can you imagine that? That would be awesome. With some of the drivers over at F1, between F1, IndyCar, NASCAR, that would be sick.
That for some I was surprised because it's so popular around the world that no one has thought of adding that to the Olympics. Could you imagine that?
Hey,
wow.
they're adding sports more and more each Olympics, so maybe one day soon they'll add racing there.
I mean, if you're taking a break for the Olympics, you got to be in the Olympics, right? That's why you take a break.
I think it's mainly broadcasting because
right.
The second half of NASCAR season's on NBC, so they don't want to share the rights on Sundays with the Olympics, which I understand.
They're spread thin too with it now. Some of these announcers crossover networks are so spread thin, but that might be a thought moving forward. I mean, you're making a 3-on-3 basketball. It's now an Olympic sport, right? So we'll see. I would like to see it myself because there's a lot of foreign drivers all over the world now competing. NASCAR, Formula One,
doubt.
IndyCar. You could put together a series.
I would love it. That'd be amazing. Can you imagine like Max Verstappen versus SVG versus like Kyle Busch or Kyle Larson in the Olympics? That would be phenomenal.
Or just think about these teams, these companies now with sponsorship dollars putting into the Olympics, knowing that their sports featured for the cars that they sponsor.
And like they can afford it. There's no doubt these companies can't afford it. Whether you have Ferrari, Mercedes, Arrow McLaren, Hendrick Motorsports, Team Penske, all these teams can afford it too.
Yeah. I mean, that's a thought hopefully coming down the line. I think it would definitely bring a lot of excitement to the Olympics. All right, Joey, have yourself a great night. We'll catch up with you later in the week.
Thanks, Tony. You have a great night.
You as well. Joey Tron here on the Drive-Thru. Let's continue on. Guys, keep an eye on that chat. They're getting a lot of votes in for these right now as we speak. Just want to keep my eye if there's any more new ones here. Blake says pickleball will be next. I wouldn't be surprised. Pickleball covers all age groups. You could probably have all these different age groups in the Olympics with pickleball. All right, right now, Chapping Day is Reds and Braves. A for the Reds, B for the Braves, C over D under. 4-2 right now on the Braves. We do have 4 on the under, so we're getting a lot of total in this one. We may have another total coming up here. Paxton was released to make room for Kershaw. So that was something that made news. Of course, Paxton had a high FIP. I think those against the advanced numbers are telling you something there with Paxton. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through as we're ready next here for. We did get another one here for these Braves coming in from it. Kellyanne coming in with the Braves here with her pick. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Let's bring in Rod Zawacky. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. He's been good to us here on the show with his picks, his bonus plays for you as well. Man of the people. Rod, what's happening?
Not too much, Tony. Definitely a good start to the day. If you follow my social media, then you would have seen me hit a nice little home run with DJ LeMahieu.
Nice.
He hit his first home run. I shared it plus 800. Hey, I said throw $50 on it. Yeah, have a happy day. So good start to the day. Let's get some more money.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm excited. We're heating up in this heat. I like it. Can't go wrong in the heat. I'm kind of getting acclimatized to it now. If you watched Friday's show, man, I was just bored.
I know. And then I asked Rod to do an MLB breakdown. I can handle it. I can do it. I can do it.
Let's do it.
Cowboy up with Rod here, right?
And the problem with the NASCAR in the Olympics, what do we do? Is it NASCAR or one Olympic season we're going to do NASCAR? Next 4 years we'll do F1 cars.
Yeah,
I don't know.
IndyCar.
That's the problem. But why do we race them?
I know.
Modified Olympic cars?
Yeah, modify the Olympics. How about this series called Olympic racing, right? And run that series where they all face each other off, right? That'd be something. And of course,
real man tethered cars.
Remember
those tethered races?
Yeah,
you can go fastest.
And of course, then the drag racers will want to be in there. Then the motocross guys. Motocross guys.
Big cat. Then we got drag racers racing.
Motocross guys want in.
Motocross guys want in too. Yeah, it'll open up.
Red Bull.
We'll have all the X Game guys piled in, right? Red Bull will want a deal. Definitely, for sure.
Yeah. Hey, it's possible. There's a lot of money in this auto race, and it's worldwide. So that might be something to think about. So, and of course, they're coming to LA, so that probably be something to think about, right? LA. Hey, they do a NASCAR race in the Coliseum. They find a way to do it over there. That's incredible. But anyway, here we go. Tonight we go Astros and Athletics here. These swinging A's, amazing A's, as they used to call them back in the 70s. That was their name back in the day when they were winning for Finley. But anyway, Astros Athletics, Houston $1.37 till 8.5.
Yeah, you looked at this one. We're going to go a different way with this one. You look at these Athletics, and their bats have been on fire. They've been crushing it, hitting 322 over the last 5 games, and going against Spencer Arrighetti on the mound for the Astros on this one. And we know Spaghetti likes Arrighetti on the road. Woo! He's got 1-5 with a 6.7 ERA on the road this season, has been Spencer. You know what? Doesn't get much better even in night games for Spencer. 1-5 with a 6.92 ERA this season. So a tough spot. The Athletics have been smashing the cover off the ball. And then the other side with the Athletics, I think they give up some runs as well because Hogan Harris hasn't been great. He's 0-2 with a 5.56 ERA over his last 3. He gave up 18 hits, 8 runs over 11 innings of work. So we know what the Astros have been doing. They've been hitting as well, and I think they can get to Hogan Harris here. Even though you look at the Astros against lefties, it hasn't been the greatest. But when it comes to the bullpen, well, you look at the Oakland bullpen. It hasn't been the greatest over the last few. The Astros bullpen's been better. Oakland with a 4 ERA in the bullpen. And you look at starters-wise, when you look at starting pitchers over the ball, the Oakland starting pitchers over the last 10, sporting a 7.17 ERA have been Oakland starting pitching. So the reason why Oakland's been winning the game is because they've been outscoring teams. I think we could get, like what we say in hockey, goals oh plenty. I think we get runs oh plenty in Houston and Oakland tonight. They'd be over 8.5 in this one.
Rod says go over 8.5 here with Houston and Oakland, 2 teams that can hit the ball now, right? Oakland has just been unloading here, offensive. Even in a loss against the Angels last year, they were able to produce some offense.
Yeah, exactly, right? Remember at the start of the season, everyone was like, if you just bet against Oakland, they won't win anything all season long.
Yeah.
Guess what? Those Oakland teams like, hey, we may be young and some no-names here, but we can play some ball. And they have been. They've been winning games, hitting the ball, and they've been winning 13 runs in games, 14 runs in games. Who would have thought that at the start of the year with this Oakland team? well, the bats have been hot. It's starting to figure it out. So I'd love the over 8.5 here. I'd even take the first 5. If you find it 4.5, I think we get the 5 there as well.
Speaking of bats being hot, boy, they just hit a 2-run home. Tigers up 2-0 right now, getting off on Carrasco.
School get some support.
School getting some run support here. So the Tigers bats continue to be hot. Well, maybe the word's out that these guys, they want to clean house here to get run support, but the runs are coming here for Detroit. And of course, we've seen some issues here with the Guardians going the other way.
Yeah, well, we know that with the Guardians, that they started off the season hot, and their bats were like hot. Well, we know that we've seen the Guardians at times where things have cooled off, and they just can't hit a beach ball right now.
Yep. All right, we'll look at some bonus coverage from Ryan in a little bit, but let's take a look over at Pick Dog Print for nice action as we're getting closer to the top of the hour. All right, Rod, Christmas in July, a lot of baseball up there. What do you have going over at Pick Dog's Premium?
Yeah, over Pick Dog's Premium, I got 3 plays. 1 just went off the board, but I quickly reconstituted for you. I got my Money Making Monday 3-pack. We're going to go for our 3rd straight winning day in MLB action. So jump aboard or grab my 10-star play of the day. You can scoop that up singly. It's also included in the Money Making Monday 3-pack. Or as everybody before me has said, it's Christmas in July, and this is one of those sales that only come around this time of year, and you don't want to miss out before the calendar changes to August. You want to jump aboard that year pass and use that promo code PICK at checkout. As Jovan said, it's about 33% off, and that's before you add the promo code. So it's more like 40+% off our season pass. So join me. Football's been great over the last few seasons. We had a nice winning season in college football, nice winning season in the NFL. Love football. Can't wait for it to be back. Still got MLB going. And you know, NHL's right around the corner. NBA's right around the corner. College hoops right around the corner. That way you get that season pass. You don't miss out on any of the plays I make over all those sports. This season coming up. I'm excited. Can't wait.
Can't wait, guys. Get on board with Rod Zawacky. The 1-year all sports pass here, Christmas in July. So when we discount, this is when you get the specials right here this time of the year. And you can bundle not only the reductions with the promo code PICK at checkout, and you save even more when you use that promo code. So great time to get on board, guys. Christmas in July. All right, Rod. So we are in July, and it's CFL in July. So let's take a look at some of the games here. As we got some line, we have some lines in some game. One game is off the board in my books here. Saskatchewan. Of course, we're going to this Thursday through Sunday single games here. Saskatchewan, Montreal, no line in this one.
Yeah, no line there. Saskatchewan, Montreal, whatever that comes out, I think the total will probably pop out 48, 49. Somewhere in that range. The Saskatchewan defense is for real. I would lean to an under in that one. Look at Saskatchewan. They are 5-1 to start the season. Playing pretty good football, so watch out for the Saskatchewan team. Defense wins championships, and they can surprise some teams. That defense keeps rolling. They get Harrison back. That line, I'm going to say it opens up probably Montreal minus 2.5. Somewhere in that range. I don't think they put Montreal more favored than 3 in that one. That's probably why it hasn't opened up yet. I'm still not sure where to put that, especially with the Saskatchewan teams playing defense to kick off this year.
Right, we go to the Friday game, Calgary to Ottawa. Looks like it's open here. Calgary at 0.5, total 50.5.
Yeah, we've seen this Calgary team 5-1 ATS on the season. Got a nice win over the BC Lions this week. And I think they continue that against this Ottawa team that, you beat the Elks again. Well, the Elks just can't seem to get right. And this Calgary team playing the better football, I'll lay the 1.5 there with Calgary on the road in that one.
All right, Calgary on the road in this one. We move here to the game on Saturday night, all around 7 Eastern time here. Winnipeg and Toronto. Looks like a pick 'em here at the open, total 49.5.
Yeah, I go right to Toronto. Winnipeg stinks. They absolutely stink. And I'm sorry, but this Winnipeg fan base, I'm sorry, Winnipeg and company, it's not going to get any better for you guys. you guys have all the fold of talent, but it just doesn't work out for you. You ran into Saskatchewan. Look what happens when you play a solid defensive team. Toronto can play some solid defense as well. So I think that's a tough one. I don't want to be... At less than a point, it's a coin flip. I would say it's a coin flip, but Toronto at home, give me the Argos in that one. Winnipeg, I think they're going to be complete fade the rest of the season. I know their team, their fan base. I hear them chomping at the bit, going, "It's not over yet. We can come roaring back. It's not over yet." We know here, hope is a bad thing. Stay away from Winnipeg this season.
There you go from Rod. All right, here we go. The Sunday game, 7 Eastern, Hamilton at Edmonton. The Elks are favored here, 2.5 total, 53.5 and over.
Right? The Elks are favored at home. Give me Hamilton in this one. Yeah, I just can't do it. Everybody's jumping on Hamilton. It's down to it opened it. The Elks favored -3.5, and that line's as we've seen, everybody's been jumping on Hamilton. Well, jumping on Hamilton for good reason. Hamilton's playing some pretty good football. Don't let that really bad record fool you. They're 6-1 ATS versus losing teams. I think they beat up on the Elks. Look at the Elks at home over their last 65. 20-45 ATS their last 65 home games. I'm going to say that trend dates back to when they changed the name. I would kind of lean to an under here, lower scoring one, but Hamilton in Edmonton, 14-3 ATS, the last 17 in Edmonton. Give me the Hamilton Tiger Cats outright. Didn't I say Hamilton was going to get their first win this week? Yeah. Guess what? They get win number 2 against the Elks. The Elks stay winless.
There you go from Rod. All right, there you got Rod. There is plays from you. Anything else, Rod?
Yeah, a little bonus play. I like a little home run prop. We hit one this morning. We're going to go with another one. We're going to go with the White Sox to hit a home run in Texas here today. Because you look, Paul DeJong of the White Sox, he's seen a little bit of Eric Fetty on the mound with his days with the Nationals. So we know he's seen Eric Fetty. He's actually seen Eric Fetty about 18 times at bat, and he's hit a few home runs off of Eric Fetty. So we're going to go with Paul DeJong to hit a home run. Nice plus 525 on that one.
There you go from Rod Zawacky. His bonus for you. All right, Rod, as always, great having you show. Have a great night. We'll catch up with you tomorrow.
You as well, Tony. You as well, Pick Dogs fan. Let's get and have ourselves a good night. Kickstart the week of winter. Cash and big.
Cash.
Catch you guys tomorrow.
Catch you tomorrow. Rod Zawacky here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here on the show. Chat pick a date. We're going to close up pretty soon here. Braves and Reds. It looks like it's the Braves here. Braves is Reds A, B for the Braves. C over, D under. The under isn't too far away here. 2 Reds, 6 Braves, 2 over, 5 under is your last call on the chat pick a date. We're going to close it out in just a minute here. After my pick, let's get to my pick, and then we will end the drive-through after the recap. So let's get the game up here on the board. This is my game here, Phillies and Twins, and I'll be on the Twins in this one. Kind of a little bit of a fade here on Ranger Suarez. Something doesn't look right with Ranger. He just looked like he had a tired arm out there. They said it was a back issue, but he was not impressive at all of late. And Minnesota, they're pounding lefties, hitting 274, put up 5.2 runs a game against them. They're hitting 265 at home. We've seen the Phillies lose 4 of 5 on the road. Suarez past 3 starts, giving up 15 earned runs, 7 walks, and 15 2/3 innings. We will be here on the Twins here at minus the 101. All right, guys, check out Pick Dog Stream, but I have a best bet on the board right now. Also, a 3-pack with my best bet bundled in. So don't buy them both. Buy one or the other, either my best bet or my 3-pack, because my best bet is bundled there. Or again, Christmas in July, my 1-year all sports pass is discounted $300. Apply the promo code PICK at checkout. That's another $150 off. So altogether, $450 off my 1-year all sports pass here for Christmas in July. Get on board all my pre-plays for the year, covering all the major sports. Get on board. All right, guys, let's continue here on the drive-through. We're going to close out this chat pick of the day here as we're ready to close it out. We've got another one here on the side of the Braves. So the Braves is the chat pick of the day. Braves 7. We do have 2 on the Reds, 2 on the over, 5 on the under, but 7 on the side of the Braves. So that's our chat pick of the day. All right, guys, let's we are going to go to the recap here. And if you already put in your pick, so now it's time to put in your show pick into the chat. All right, our recap has Brian on the Rockies, the big plus price, David on the Brewers, Jovan on the Marlins, Kirk likes the Grizzlies Summer League Championship game, laying the 2.5, Joey on the Dodgers, Rod on Houston, Oakland over 8.5. I'll be on the Twins. I'll go Joey here, the Dodgers in this one. All right, guys, so now go ahead and put your show pick into the chat. That's going to do it for this edition here of the Drive-Thru. We'll be back again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all again. Bring our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. We're going to place for you in real time. Remember to always get started with that morning show during the week, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time with Chris, Jay, and Mitch. Of course, the video series featuring Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. His first 5 is betting tools discussion, roundtable discussion with the professionals. Also, Ron O'Malley with his MLB breakdown. We've got NASCAR here with our man Joey Tron. Jovan with his parlays as well on his shorts. We've got Brian Sharp Contrarian plays and a lot more here. Of course, here on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel, all access here. Big Al McMorty against the public betting with Dana Lane, Sharp Contrarian with Brian Bitler. All access here with Sharp Trading plays here with Costi as well. So lots of content here, guys. Of course, we know Wayne comes in with the boxing. Make sure you like, subscribe here on this YouTube channel. All right, let's go ahead and keep an eye on the show picks today from the folks in the chat. Show picks from Alexander Lamberts likes the Angels money line. Ron Crawford's going Texas money line, going to fade those White Sox Twins money line for Blake. Okay, Phillies Minnesota will start in a rain delay, looking 8:10 Eastern time there. Twins for Bo Dunn. Blake leaning over in the Oakland game. Let's see what else we have. Show pick from Ron Crawford, Texas money line. Blake likes Dodgers money line and over 8.5. He likes, let's see what else we have here. Brewers lay the half run, first 5 innings. Run line here, first 5 from Blake in the Brewers game. And also likes the Rockies there, taking the run and a half. Orlando 86, Houston Altuve, plus a half stolen bases, plus 583 from Lando 86. Justin 1890, Mariners Angels under 7.5. Let's see here. Last call on your show picks before we close it out. Ramon likes the Brewers with David here with his show pick. All right, that's going to do it. Let's bring in our crew.